Hello, this is Alex Goodall from internetprofessionals.co with a short review on a system called Turn Your Articles Videos into Gold. Article marketing with videos and YouTube. This is by a guy called Jeff Gilbert, who seems to know exactly what he's talking about. This is obviously something that he's operating himself quite successfully, and he's written a very well written and very clear instructions to exactly how to do this. So the idea behind this is that some years ago a major technique in internet marketing was to write articles, post them to article directories, primarily e-zine articles. They would get ranked on the various keywords. The article would include a link to either your own squeeze page or direct link to an affiliate offer or some sort of sales page, and because you get traffic to the article, people would click on the link and you get traffic to a money page of some sort, and therefore you'd make money. And people would use this as a main source of income. They'd get very good at creating many articles, and they could have hundreds of articles across dozens of niches and create quite a good residual income just by the traffic that was attracted to those articles over time. Now, because of the various rules that Google introduced over the recent years, that technique no longer works. However, what Jeff has done in quite a clever way, what he's done is he said, well, articles on e-zine directories don't rank. The backlinks aren't worth much. In fact, they can be quite negative to the site that they're linking to. However, Google is very happy to rank videos quite highly and drive traffic that way. So what Jeff is doing in this system is saying, here's a way of turning articles into videos, get them ranked on YouTube, and suddenly you've got a pretty effective traffic source, either to affiliate offers or to your own blog or to your own sales page, whatever you want to use it for. So basically it's a traffic source based on writing articles, turning them into videos, and getting them ranked on YouTube. So let me just show you briefly what's in the PDF. And the value of this system is actually not just this PDF, but some of the bonuses and additional content that Jeff provides. Here's the table of contents. It says a little bit about video marketing, use of YouTube, then something about finding your niche. So here's the usual and obvious niches, wealth, health, and so on. But this can work for any niche, but those are the niches that a lot of people go for. Bit about use of Google Keyword Planner. So Jeff doesn't just talk about the central part of his system, which is turning articles into videos and getting them ranked. He gives a bit more of the context. He does try to make this into a complete system rather than just one component of a system. Then on chapter 4 he gets to the nitty-gritty, writing articles for your video. So a blueprint for narrating articles, obviously you're going to be reading the articles, and what an article looks like and so on. And at this point, let me jump over and show you one of the bonuses, because it really helps you completely in this section. If you're not used to writing articles, his bonus is really excellent for that. And this actually is the complete set of folders that you get when you get the system. That the main product is just that main PDF. But within bonuses, you get 3. We'll go through them. Well, we'll just go through this one first. This is the PDF, write articles that bring home the bacon, successful article writing. And it's worth spending a little bit of time on this. Bit about types of articles, creating outlines, places where you can do research, again a bit more about picking a niche and so on, how long does it take to write an article. And then what I like is that he identifies 4 different article types, and there they are. So chapter 3 is writing how-to articles. Chapter 4 is about tips type articles. Chapter 5 is on review articles, and the chapter numbers are on here. That should be chapter 6. Anyway, the next chapter is writing essay type articles, and he gives examples of all of those. Let's just pick one. Then we'll look at the writing tips type articles, and what he does gives a little summary of the structure of what article would look like, and then he analyzes each part of the article. You get a feel for how the whole thing is put together. So he does that for each of the article types. And then the final chapter is on writing, making money, and closing. So a slightly bigger picture of how you make money from articles. So that ebook I think is a really good complement to the main one, this one, how to turning article videos into gold. So that chapter you can read, but then read that whole PDF, which gives a lot more background. Then he talks about writing a second article and explains why you need 2 articles. So apart from the article writing side of the guidance that he gives, what's really nice about this is if you don't have any money, Jeff goes through all the tools that you can use to put this together for free. Now, if you've got something like Camtasia, you can save yourself quite a lot of time and do it all in Camtasia. But he goes through an approach where you don't need to do any screen recording, and he explains exactly what the free tools are that you can use and gives really good detailed instructions on how to use those tools. So I think he's done an excellent job of helping someone with very little money get off the ground and use this technique effectively. Then, as well as covering the tools and how to use them, he talks about optimizing the video for SEO purposes, again on YouTube, properties box, title, again quite a lot of detail on how to do that. But then he talks about signing up on Google, creating a Google account, and goes into quite a lot of detail of how to annotate the video. So what you're doing, you're writing the article, you're breaking it into bullet points, you're adding images, and well, I'll show you an example in a minute, because another thing he gives is a final example, so you'll see what the end product looks like. So he goes through uploading and doing all you need to do to the video on YouTube, and then he has some very, very valuable sections on promoting the video, techniques for using Fiverr and other techniques and other systems, again depending on the amount of money you've got to do the promotion. You don't have to do it. Google will eventually rank the video anyway, but you can speed that process up and get better rankings if you take some action, and it needn't cost a lot. You can do it yourself, but you're probably better off paying Fiverr for someone to do it. And he goes through explaining, there we are, this is the section on promoting the video. He goes through explaining what to look for on Fiverr, useful people to use on Fiverr. And then another section about what you can use it for, affiliate programs. He even goes through some affiliate systems where you can find products to promote. So it's quite a complete little business model he's put together. The whole thing is 100 and something pages, 154 pages. So it is fairly comprehensive. There's no hype in it at all. He's very pragmatic, very down to earth, just telling you what to do. I'm not telling you how much money you'll make and how it will completely change your lifestyle. Jeff seems to be a very down-to-earth, pragmatic guy. So that's the main product, those two books, but other things that he includes, back to the bonuses. So the bonuses include the book about writing articles. There is another good PDF about getting the most out of list building. Again, I won't go through this in that much detail, but it is a pretty good short system, short PDF about list building. So he talks about squeeze pages, gives some guidance as to tools you can use, either paid for or free, to create squeeze pages, a bit about list building, segmenting your list. That topic deserves an awful lot more, but if you know nothing about it, there's a pretty good introduction, just 21 pages, give you the key things you need to know about list building, squeeze pages and so on. So that's a great little addition. It also gives you an example of getting rid of toenail fungus and how he's put it together. So there is the PDF of the basic articles and videos, and images he's created. But let me just show you very briefly the final result video. Okay, we won't go through the whole thing.
Are you suffering from toenails that are disfigured, ugly looking, and are crumbling at the edges? You could have a condition that is known as onychomycosis, that is commonly referred to as toenail fungus. Although this could be affecting one of your nails or several of your nails, there is hope. Over the years, science has developed various solutions which will... And
so it goes on. It's basically, so you can see the idea. You have a summary of the article in bullet point form, and you have graphics, and he shows how you can put the whole thing together using free tools. Pretty neat, I think. So those are the three bonuses that he provides in terms of PDFs and examples. But he also provides some extra little bits of software to complement the free software to make it work more effectively. Basically, everything you need is provided for free, but he also explains that if you want to pay a bit more, if you've got a bit of money, you can pay to get the promotion done. So I think it's a great product. Jeff is making it available for just $17. There's the sales page on the Warrior Forum, and it is just, for the time being at least, $17. He says it's on a dime sale, but maybe it isn't. I think it's just sort of stuck at $17 for now. Maybe he meant to put it on a dime sale and forgot. Anyway, at some point he is going to put it on a dime sale and the price will start going up, but at the moment it is just $17. As far as OTO, there is no OTO. This is the whole thing, and I highly recommend it as a simple and effective business model, business system. Or you can just use the traffic technique to drive traffic to your own site or to your blog, anywhere where you need to get some traffic ranked for particular keywords. That's it. I hope you enjoyed that and I hope you found that useful. Bye bye for now.